It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll get a look at Ezekiel Elliott. He was unstoppable a week ago with 4 touchdowns. It's the Cardinals and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award, and he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week, but when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely, and he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
That's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. What did he do with it?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. The quick feet, and now off to the races. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got him. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't it?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have. make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here is incomplete. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere, the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start.
There he goes, right side. A huge play there for Arizona. 48 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. Short one here, caught by McBride. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incomplete.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Pascal, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Arizona. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Jackson. The short throw caught by Andrews. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. You look at this Arizona defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Here's the 4th-year man, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield. What you're seeing is
and a good stiff arm and some space to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Ioannidis has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, This pass rush, they know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
The sack on first down took him out of a traditional running play and put him in a passing situation, but didn't stop him from running anyway, did it?
No, I was surprised when he took off. I thought, oh, he's got some space. He might pick up 5, 6, 7 yards. He goes all the way and picks up the first. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Let's go.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. On that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
What about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dive defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now we're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Pascal, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point good by Prater, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, put a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The decision to tuck and run gets him free, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. Greg George, deep for Arizona. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Murray now. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they got it right across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing now is Murray. This will be caught downfield by Moore. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondell Moore, 40 yards. And the Cardinals add 6 to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Crater on and the extra point. And it's 21-3. A drive there, just 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go play action with Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. And here comes Dortch on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now a 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 2nd catch for him today, and then wind up a 1st down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Murray now on 1st down. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
To throw is Murray. This will be caught at about the 5. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
4th down, Murray off, and the Cards field goal unit and Matt Prater out there now. From the left hash, and the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free in the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Play action. It's Jackson. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sand.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. On the return, Dortch. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Alert!
Tucker's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Deshaun Watson has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head down the West Coast, Santa Clara, to check on the Niners at home at Levi's Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Michael Gallup, a touchdown catch in the victory. In the first half, the Cardinals did what they always do, and that's rely on their quarterback, Kyler Murray. He got off to a hot start with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes, threw another for good measure in the second quarter, so he has been on target throughout. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2nd and 10. Here's Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Trey Flowers drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 9. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It fights him off. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Jackson able to shake him off. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Getting in there and finishing the play off was Jay Sanders. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Tucker's kick is good, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brady, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up the lead. You think you got it going, and you also think at any moment I'm going to go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Murray going to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Pascal from 21 yards away, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Prater for the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. Fighting through, and he's got space. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And then maneuvers way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Partner, you know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
The tight end in motion right. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defense in front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Well, a 3rd down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Cardinal offense takes back over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Murray now to throw. And this goes to the former Raider, Marquise Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to
touchdown! Zach Ertz, 27 yards. And the Cardinals are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. He'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On second down, Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, it's been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Murray sets to throw on 4th, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Zach Pascal from 3 yards out. And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually
now. They'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Another good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they do get him down. That one good for 37 yards. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting. Touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. So that drive, 4 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics in. Side kick. 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Those shoulders went from parallel to square, and then he brought force with him to finish that run. Oh, that's impressive.
And we saw a lot of that a week ago when he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Zeke with a shake and bake. And he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Ezekiel Elliott with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Cards are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. Now it's Jackson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Dante Fowler getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with it.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Jackson. That one complete to Prochet. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give him a new set of downs. Here's Jackson to throw. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To throw is Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And Jackson throwing once more. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Arizona,
They continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.